In the month of May in the city of Fond du Lac, 29 single family homes sold. Now, this is pretty similar to April and March, but this is drastically different from a year ago. When we look at May of 2022, 50 homes sold compared to the 29 this year. So that is a drastic decrease, about 40%. And that shortage of inventory is still real, and I know that is frustrating for you buyers. Of these 29 homes that sold in the city of Fond du Lac in the month of May, 25 of them sold under 300K, which is about 86% of them selling under 300K, and that is in line with the normal distribution of pricing for the city of Fond du Lac. The median sold price for the month of May was $195,000. This means that of the 29 homes that sold, the midpoint was just under 200,000, which is higher than we typically see. We last saw this in October of 2022. So, what can you get for this price point in the city of Fond du Lac? Well, I look at this for affordability, and I want to tell you what this median priced home looks like. It is either going to be a smaller home that is updated, or it's going to be a sizable home, but then it probably needs some work. When we're talking age of the home, you likely won't be purchasing one that is newer than the 1950s. In the month of May, 23 of the 29 homes that sold at or above list price. This is about 79%, and it's back on track to what we saw in September of 2022. So it's the highest that we've been at since September 2022. Now, if we look at May a year ago, we were at 94% of homes selling at or above asking. So let me just talk about this trend. So I actually started tracking this specific stat a year ago, last May. And at May, it was at 94%, and it was on this slow downward trend all the way through January, where it hit this bottom of 33% of homes selling at or above asking. So we are again on this upward trend, coming back to seeing 79% of homes selling at or above list price in the month of May this year. Now let's talk about price reductions. So this is a very interesting stat for the month of May, because in the month of May, of those 29 homes that sold, not a single one of them did a price reduction. Not a single one of the single family homes that sold in the city of Fond du Lac. And I started tracking this stat back in September of 2022. And I had started tracking it at that time because I felt like I was starting to see some price reductions. So I just wanted to monitor it. So it hasn't been that long of a history that I've been tracking it, but since September. So anyways, I just have not seen this at all where no houses reduce. But it is important to note that houses did still sell under asking price or did have some longer times on the market. They just didn't actually do a price reduction. So how long did it take for these 29 homes that sold in the month of May to get an accepted offer? Well, 19 of the 29 accepted an offer in about a week. So that's about 2/3 of the houses accepting an offer in 1 week. Then 4 took about 2 weeks, and another 4 took about 3 weeks to 1 month. And then 2 took about 1.5 to 2 months. So sellers, if 2/3 of homes are selling within a week, you have a pretty good chance of selling quickly. But you still want to make sure you're pricing it right. And then if you have been on the market for a month or more, you really need to reevaluate. Do you maybe need to adjust your price? Or do you need to take a look at your condition of your property? Because those are the two things that you as a seller can control: price and condition. Median days on the market was up from 34 last month to 41 this month, but it's pretty similar to May of last year at 39, and it is still a very low amount of days on the market. The amount of single family homes that are on the market in the city of Fond du Lac that have accepted offers right now is 37, and that is the same as last month. But if we go back a year ago, that number was 54. So I am again just reiterating the shortage of inventory. Then talking active no offer houses. So the amount of single family homes in the city of Fond du Lac that are completely available, you can go and put an offer on them. Well, there is 13 of those, and that is slightly down from 19 last month. And just again, shortage of inventory, shortage of inventory. I can't say it enough. So what conclusions are we drawing after reviewing May's data? Well, sellers, May's data continues to support that the competition you face is extremely minimal. In fact, you have about a 66% chance to sell within a week of putting your house on the market, and you have about an 80% chance to accept an offer that is at or above list price. But again, very important to prep your home for sale and price it properly. Buyers, on the other hand, you still need to understand that this market is fast paced. You need to be quick. You also need to understand that you are going to be in competitive, often multiple offer situations, and to bring your A game. So now, if you ask me, where is the market going? I think that we are going to see a strong seller's market continue through summer. Beyond that, I'm not really sure. I know nationally there are some big picture things at play, and I think it really depends if those come and affect us locally or not. But looking ahead at summer, I think if you want to sell this summer, it's a great time to sell this summer, and buyers, get ready to get competitive.